friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Xoxo, this is Xoxo Tarot, and in today's reading we are going to be looking at your next big success. And success can mean literally anything. We're going to see specifically what yours is, but if you are drawn to more than one group, please feel free to watch more than one, because it could be you have multiple successes coming your way. But just to break down this reading, we're going to start by looking at the big success coming to you now. So this is something that is already assured to happen. It's just a matter of trusting and heeding the advice of what we look at in the tarot. So after we look at overall the big success coming to you, we're going to use the tarot deck that you pick to look at what you should keep doing. So what you're already doing that's helping bring this success in, what you should stop doing because it is blocking this success from coming in, what you should start doing because this will help your success and these success energies come in more quickly. And finally, we'll look at a blessing / change to come from this success. So once the success grounds itself, what is a blessing that you'll receive? What might change? And then we are going to finish off with guidance from Miss MEGADECK. So I'm really excited to look at today's reading, and I hope y'all are as well. So we have 3 different groups for you to choose from today. Starting with group number 1, we are going to be using the Star Power Tarot, and I have pink Spiky guy on top, PSG, we love PSG. For group number 2, we are going to be using the Radiant Tarot, and I have this Citrine geometric shape, I think a dodecahedron on top. It is a shape, I can tell you that much. And then finally, for group number 3, we are going to be using the Midcenturian Tarot, and I have this green Aventurine 4-leaf clover on top. So you can go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. It is absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. Like I said, it's quite possible that there could be more than one type of success manifesting in your life. But you guys, my newest candle is here and perfectly fitting for the reading that we are doing today. So I am very happy to introduce you to the sun candle. I can't wait for you to see what she looks like. But if you are unaware, all of my tarot candles come with a little mini tarot card inside. So based on whatever that tarot card is, it is going to be the mini message for this reading. So we're gonna go ahead and do the honors now and see. Oh, okay, we have the 8 of Wands. I love to see that, but can we just take a second to appreciate how beautiful she is? There is citrine and sunstone, and the scent is kind of citrusy, so it smells really good. It smells really fresh. I wish you could smell through the screen, especially because I just took a shower, so like not only do I smell good, but like the candle smells good. Anyway. At this time, if you want to go ahead and make a wish with me, just go ahead and focus on the candle while you think of your wish. Obviously, the sun represents things like positivity, joy, and success, so it is the perfect candle for this reading and the perfect candle for any Leo in your life, or if you're seeking just more light in your life. So go ahead and take a second. I will do the same. And may your, mine, and all of our wishes come true. Thank you for making a wish with me. Why don't you leave, if you made a wish, leave a little sparkle emoji. I don't care which sparkle emoji, just one of them. But as for your mini reading, we have the 8 of Wands. So this to me is a sign that you can expect rapid change in your life soon. Someone or something is coming your way and shifts are happening. This is also a sign of whatever you've been considering taking action on, do it. The 8 of Wands is very fast moving, very swift. I don't know why Taylor Swift came through. Well, I know why, because I said the word swift, and anyway, but maybe there's a Taylor Swift song that is significant. If there's one that came up that was symbolic for you, there could be a message in that. But I do think that if you've asked for something that you are trying to receive, that is coming to you swiftly and soon. Soonly is not a word, but I wanted to say that for some reason. This is definitely a sign that what you have been asking for is coming to you quickly. It is coming to you soon. So I feel like it is very important for you to be ready, to be prepared for these blessings or what you've been asking for. And like I said, if you are thinking about taking action towards something, this is your sign to do so. I think you will see results quite quickly, and you will be shocked with how fast moving this energy is. Definitely take advantage of any bursts of energy you have and capitalize on this action taking energy, because it will yield positive results and you will get things done more quickly than you anticipated. So I love that energy. That's very beautiful. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead now and get into the reading and pick up the oracle cards that just fell on the ground. Like I said, go ahead and pick the pile or piles that you would like to, that you feel called to, that you feel drawn to. Like I said, it's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. I'm just grateful that you're here. And once you have picked your pile or piles, I will see you in your reading. Hi there, pile one. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose PSG, Pink Spiky Guy, and the Star Power Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. I don't know if that works better. I feel like I should have just committed. Okay. Do not let the beginning of this reading be an indication of, I may not be successful at crystal placement, but you are successful in hopefully finding the right reading for you, which I think you will. Okay, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like a full breakdown of the reading, there is one in the intro, but we're gonna start by looking at your next big success and what that is. So we're gonna start by looking at what this is overall. So to start, what is your next big success? It is success. Love that we're getting meta up in here. So we have success. We have oneness, balance, patience, divine masculine energy, and we have happy family. Okay, this is so beautiful. As I was laying the cards out, I heard the words Jupiter. It doesn't matter when you are seeing this reading. It is a timeless reading, so whenever you watch it is when it's meant for you. But I would highly recommend looking at your birth chart and seeing where Jupiter is currently transiting, like what house it's in. I have a feeling that it could be an indication of particular success, like in that house of life, that area of life. And that will be different for all of you. But this is beautiful to see. This type of success, number one, if you've had a specific goal that you've been working towards for quite a long time, this is a sign that that success and that goal is coming to fruition soon. If you are thinking about signing some sort of contract, making a deal, taking on some sort of commitment, this is a very favorable sign that it will be a successful venture. It will be worth your while, especially if you have good feelings about it and you feel like, obviously read the fine print. We don't want a human centipede situation going on, which I don't think that will happen because this is about success. And if you're like, what's human centipede? That is an episode of South Park that I will... I can't say I recommend it because for some people it's a little intense, but it is quite funny. Anyway, this is really beautiful because if you are feeling the call in the near future to take action or to just be more proactive in creating what you want in your life, that is going to yield a lot of success. With the happy family card, I'm getting a couple of different things. Number one, I feel like your internal state of being is going to be much more whole. I feel like there's going to be less internal chaos. And with the oneness/happy family, you're coming into union with yourself in a way where you're honoring all parts of self and things are flowing much more easily. If you live with roommates or your family, I do feel like one thing you could be doing is either successfully solving problems that have been occurring, or for example, if you are looking at roommates or looking at moving in with someone, or if you've recently moved in with someone and you're like unsure if it's going to work out, this is a beautiful sign that things are going to be successful, that things are definitely going to work out in your favor. They're going to work out well. Another sign that I'm getting as well is if you've been manifesting a soul family member, or if you have been seeing someone who already has children, maybe you have children as well, this could be a beautiful sign that you both will find that things are quite compatible. I feel like this is more like Brady Bunch vibes, in the sense that, like, yeah, sure, there might be problems here and there, but it seems like things will work out really well. If you are starting a new job, or you are entering a new space where you're going to be spending a lot of time with people, or you've been in a space where you spend a lot of time with specific people and things have been kind of chaotic, it seems like you are successfully leading that group, that cohort, into a more peaceful state. You could be setting expectations or boundaries that make everything far more harmonious, or you are entering a space where things are very harmonious. You feel heard, others feel heard. This could also be a sign that celebrations are coming up soon. So if you have a party that you're throwing, or if you are going to some sort of event or celebration that you're nervous about, I see that going very well. I see that being something that you really enjoy, that is present. I feel like the connections that are in your life in the near future are going to be quite harmonious. And I think that things that you've been working on for quite a while, that have been building for a long period of time, you're going to be seeing results from that. You're going to be getting success from that. So like, your next big success is literally success. So whatever you've been working towards, you will be reaping the rewards of what you've been sowing. I also see here that there's this badass unapologetic energy coming through, where you have your eyes on whatever prizes you're looking towards. And I feel like whatever success you are gaining in the next few months, when I said those words, whatever popped into your head, that is the type of success you're receiving. If nothing popped into your head, then don't stress. It'll be things that you're working towards. But I know for some of you, when I said that, like a specific thing came into your mind, and that is confirmation for you that that is something that is successfully coming to fruition. That is a goal that you are reaching. Now is a great time to start applying to programs, applying to jobs if you want to, applying for promotions, asking to be seen. This is a time to be proactive. Like, the more that you put effort and intention towards the things you're trying to create, the better the outcomes will be. The fact that we have the Divine Masculine card here, this is definitely a sign of you taking charge, taking up space, and being unapologetic about what you want. There's also this vibe of you selling yourself. Not like literally, but I mean, maybe, but if that's the case, that would be your choice, and you would be successful at it. But I mean more so in the sense of, like, if you have job interviews, or if you're trying to get a promotion in some sort of way, this is the time for you to hype yourself up and be unapologetic about how amazing you are and how incredible you are. I definitely think that this is going to be a time where you start to see, wow, I am actually really powerful, and I can actually do a lot more than I thought I could. And I think what you'll be seeing is that a lot of invisible barriers that may have gotten in the way in the past, whether they were inside of you or outside of you, they seem to be dissipating. And even if they're there, you're breaking through them with no issues. Like, you are here with a battering ram, breaking through any barriers between you and your desires and your goals. Things are going to be harmonious, and I see big successes and small ones. Like, for example, if you do have a family, it seems like your children are just more well behaved during this time, and things are just going well. If you're getting a new animal, I can see that this animal will work well with the present dynamic that's already established. If you already have animals, or if you're worried, like, is my home gonna be a good fit? Yes, it is. This is a positive sign for any big changes that you wanna make, or big commitments that you're already considering making. Like, now is the time, or the near future. Like, if not right now, in the near future, that is coming. I definitely think as well, things are just going to be less chaotic. Things are balancing out, and things that you've been patient about, especially when it comes to big goals you're trying to achieve, that patience is being rewarded, and you will be seeing, like, oh wow, I'm so glad I waited to do this thing. I definitely see here as well, there may be certain things that aren't, there may be certain goals that will take more time for you to reach. And if that's the case, you are getting confirmation that things are headed in the right direction. You're exactly where you need to be. You don't need to be worried, and that you can just keep studying the course. Like, this is a really beautiful time where things are just coming up pile one. Things are working out effortlessly, and you don't have to work so hard to make your mark in the world, to be seen, and to be rewarded for your hard work. If anything, if you want to be rewarded more or seen more, be louder, take up more space, advocate for yourself, because not only will it pay off, but I think you will realize that you don't have to rest on your laurels as much as you thought you did. You don't have to wait for things to come to you. You can go out and get them. There's definitely a sense of confidence in yourself in the near future where you're like, oh, okay, like I can trust myself, and oh yeah, like I am that bitch. Like I can do hard things. I can do challenging things. And I feel like whatever you set your focus on, you will achieve. No problem. I don't know what that loud noise was, but I'm going to assume it was confirmation, because there should be no one in my home. Anyway, can I successfully get through this reading without having my home broken into? I hope so. Anyway, I also see here that you just feel in touch with yourself, in touch, like things don't feel so challenging. I feel like you're going to be more present with your reality, with the everyday, and taking things day by day in a way where you're savoring the success that's coming, and you're getting confirmation for things you felt were going to happen, but you didn't have the insight, or you didn't have a reason why you should trust that in the past. In terms of signs that could be powerful, Black Panthers, or is that a cougar? I don't know. Big black cats could be significant. We have this parrot looking guy over here, or I don't know. I'm not an ornithologist. If you are, you can correct me. Palm trees, hibiscus flowers, bears, canyon-like places, blue crystals, flute music, rainbows, the beach, and the color white, as well as the number 4 and the number 3 or 30. Those could all be significant numbers, significant signs. That song, like, We Are Family, I got all my sisters with me, like that song is coming through as well. So that could be a significant song. But yeah, your next big success is more all around. And then like whatever you have had your focus on, whatever you've been trying to create, that is successfully coming through, or you're getting signs that it's well on its way, and you just have to study the course. So speaking of studying the course, let's go ahead and get into your tarot now. And while I am shuffling, I do just want to say thank you so much for being here and for letting me read for you. And if you would like to show appreciation, leaving a little like, or commenting how it resonates, commenting your goals. I would definitely love to hear, like, what are you guys trying to create? I just love hearing from you guys and knowing what's going on in your life. Those are all really helpful ways to support me, so thank you to everyone who does that. But while I'm shuffling, if you just want to focus on the cards and just ask that the messages most necessary come through for you, we are going to be looking at how to ensure that these blessings come through. So we're going to start by, well, that was not a successful shuffle. We got to do a better one. I will not accept such an unsuccessful shuffle. And that's the thing as well, like any minute mess up, any little trip up, don't let that get in your way. I feel like you won't, but don't let any unexpected little flub, like, or mistake or setback be an indication of where you're headed, because I feel like if anything, it's kind of like the surprise before the big reveal. Like, I feel like there are big reveals coming where you're realizing, like, oh, the universe had my back, and oh, things can work out, and oh, not everything is meant to be a disaster all the time. Like, beautiful blessings are meant to be my way, and like, also, you are just successful. And the more you take on that energy, the more like things are just going to keep coming up in your favor. So let's start by looking at what you're already doing that's bringing in this success. So pile, and also whatever your definition of success is, that is what is coming through. That is what is coming next. And if your definition is very broad, whatever comes to mind immediately when you ask yourself for specifics, that. Okay. And the reason why I don't say a specific thing is because it could be different for many of you. But if you want to affirm it, name it and claim it, feel free to do so. Maybe others will have the same. And if you're uncomfortable commenting, maybe look for someone who commented and like that as being like, yeah, this is the success I'm successfully manifesting as well. Okay, so let's see what you need to keep doing. Spirit, what is pile 1 already doing that is helping bring this success about, that they should keep on keeping on? We have the King of Wands. I love this King of Wands because it looks like Billie Eilish. So if there's a significant Billie Eilish song that really gets you in the mood, or just if there's one that came to mind, or one that you've been listening to a lot, that could have specific messages. But this is an energy of leadership. Not only leadership, but confidence in yourself, confidence in your leadership skills, and confidence in your uniqueness. You know, one thing that I love about Billie Eilish, because that has to be Billie Eilish, right? It looks just like her. Is she's so herself, and she doesn't compromise her integrity. She is so talented and such an incredible person, and yet she's still, at least in my perception, I'm not a Billie Eilish expert, but she seems to be quite humble, quite kind, and really focuses on the people in her life that truly matter to her, and, you know, the creative endeavors that matter to her. I feel like in this case, you probably have a lot of those qualities. And I feel like with this King of Wands energy, not only is this a very masculine energy, but it's a masculine energy that's connected to spirit. So you are highly connected to your greater spiritual guidance at this time, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. And the spiritual inspiration that you're getting is leading you towards inspired action. Keep having confidence in the direction you're headed in, and keep having confidence in your plans, in your visions, in what you see coming to life. You know, sometimes it's hard for people to have trust in our vision because we're like 5 steps ahead and they're 8 steps behind. Like they can't see it because they can't even look that far into the horizon, but you can. And that's why confidence and conviction in your skills and your ability to lead others and your ability to create, like that is what's happening. Your voice with this microphone, your voice is particularly powerful. I think that you can be especially persuasive and convince others of your vision in a way where not only does it give you like the resources that you're looking for, or the support that you're looking for, but also that gift allows you to recognize the power of your own voice and the fact that you can make things happen by just speaking them into existence. Keep speaking what you want into existence and keep putting yourself out there. Keep speaking highly of yourself. Keep speaking as if what you are successfully bringing in has already come. I would also say, like, if you have to make a speech, or if you have some things you need to say that you're maybe afraid of, like, for example, if you have roommates or if you have family conversations you need to have, I do feel like they're going to go very well. Keep having the courage to honor your convictions and keep taking the lead. Don't wait for spirit to come through and tell you what to do. You already know what you need to do. And if spirit's going to give you guidance, it's probably going to come in the form of your own inspiration or in the form of confirmation of what you feel guided to do. If you have to, like, for example, if some of you are business people or things like that, if you have to speak to investors, or if you have to, like I said, you know, have interviews of some kind, or put yourself in a position, like if you're trying to receive investments or receive support, or, you know, receive more of a following, like if you're trying to build like your public persona, now is the time to, number one, keep trusting what feels right to you. CJ the X, if you've never seen their channel, they are an incredible creator, and they just uploaded a video on online entitlement. And number one, as a creator, it was just very healing to watch. But number two, I think that their video and their channel in general could be very powerful for helping you have conviction in what you already know. CJ the X, they have like a, which is literally just C, the letter C, letter J, and then the letter X. I feel like they have a very King of Wands energy where they speak with passion, they speak with conviction, and they also back up what they're saying with logic and facts. And there is this confidence in what they have to say. Even if they don't necessarily feel that, they still express that. And there is this conviction in their own creation, their own creativity, and their own creative vision that I feel like sometimes for creators, like, or just people in general, like, if you don't have a strong sense of that vision, it's easy for it to get lost or easy to be focused on what other people think or wait for outside opinion in order to, you know, do what is best for you, or you could be misguided by others out of doing what's right or doing what would be most empowering for you because you're not having conviction in yourself. And then you look back later and you're like, dang, why didn't I just trust myself? This is an energy of continuing to trust yourself, trust in your vision, especially if it's different, especially if it's weird, especially if it seems, you know, out of the box or like a long shot. Like, keep doing that. Keep asking for more. Keep expecting more. And yeah, CJ the X videos, excellent. Definitely. Also, if you are trying, definitely check those out. They're an excellent creator. And if you are wanting to just share more of yourself, keep doing that. You can trust your vision. You have a very powerful sense of vision and a powerful ability to conjure what it is you want from the world by just speaking it into existence, taking action on the plans that you have in your head. And even if you don't know what the next steps are, just walking until you get there. Like, you are the type of person, you don't need to have a map. You just have to trust yourself. You're not directionally challenged. Maybe in real life, I certainly am. But this is all about you trusting the direction you're led in and trusting that that will be the quickest way to the destination that you're seeking, the goals that you're trying to manifest. Keep being a confident, badass human, because that is what is leading you. And also, that's leading you to this success. And also, keeping things light, being willing to laugh at silly mistakes or laugh at misunderstandings from the past, like, that will do you well as well. Don't let any slights that come your way be something that you think too much about. Don't let the entitlement of others or the opinions of others take up too much of your creative energy, too much of your time. Unless you can do something creative with it, because that video that I was mentioning on online entitlement, that is an excellent example of using, you know, a situation that might be somewhat frustrating and turning it into creative gold. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see what you should stop doing. So, Spirit, what is pile 1 doing that that could be getting in the way of this success manifesting? What should they stop doing as it isn't serving them? Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So one thing that I think you should stop doing is feeling like you have to do everything alone or comparing yourself to people that don't have the same circumstances as you. So, like, for example, you know, if you see only someone's success or someone's results and you don't know how they got there, it's really recommended that you stop comparing yourself to them and assume that they did everything on their own. You know, for a lot of public entrepreneurs, there's kind of this idea that there's a lot of mythos that comes around with these entrepreneurs that, like, they did it all themselves and they're self-made, and sure, there might be truth to that, but you don't know what kind of investments they had or support that they had. And I feel like sometimes if we are too focused on doing everything ourselves, we might miss out on the opportunity to delegate to others. I also think if in general, if you are just relying on yourself to do everything and get everything done, I think you're missing out on powerful opportunities to delegate and to reach others and to work collaboratively with people that could help bring you to your goal. Like Billie Eilish, for example, you know, her brother Phineas is very involved with her musical creation. So like that's an example. I also think with this Nine of Pentacles, one thing to stop doing is, which this is really interesting because the Nine of Pentacles is typically a very positive card. I feel like you need to stop believing that once you reach a specific goal, you will feel satisfied and feel good, and like once I hit XYZ goal, then I'll be good and I can just like coast on in life. I feel like you'll find when these successes come, and the grander ones that, you know, are taking time to ground, you may realize like the same sense of internal discomfort or the same frustrations are still there and are still plaguing you. So if you have this assumption that once certain things manifest, once you are successful in certain arenas in life, like once you get like an angel investor, or once you get, you know, once you get this next job promotion, or once you get into this, you know, grad program, like you're going to feel set. Once you get to a specific destination, you're going to feel successful, you're going to feel good. That is a lie. If you don't feel that way about yourself now, you're going to feel the same way about yourself unless you do work in the meantime to be satisfied and content in the present. I'm also hearing the phrase more money, more problems. So if you assume that just more finances, like more material wealth, is going to fix all of your internal problems, you will be surprised. Now, that's not saying that money doesn't fix a lot of problems, because it absolutely does. But after a certain degree, it doesn't really do much. And if anything, sometimes when you get more of something, it just makes you want even more and more, and it becomes even more difficult to be satisfied what you already have. So I feel like one thing you should stop doing is believing that there is this specific milestone that is going to free you from certain states of being you're tired of being in, like a lack of satisfaction or a lack of just feeling good enough. Stop believing that you need to achieve these things in order to be worthy. You already are worthy, and you already are everything that you need. But definitely, if you're trying to do everything yourself, think about how you can use your resources wisely to delegate to others and get support. I feel like there could be others that have powerful skills that could be really beneficial for you. For example, I don't do my thumbnails. I don't like making thumbnails, but I have a really awesome human being that does my thumbnails. Shout out to Kat. And she does a great freaking job, and I love them, and they're so beautiful. And she's made my life a million times easier by just doing that one thing for me, and I'm so grateful for it. So, you know, it can be hard to let go of control, but, you know, one thing that I've learned is not only are people more than willing to work with you, and most people can take guidance and feedback well, but also a second opinion, a second vision can transform what you're creating and make it even better. Like sometimes it's better to have more than two eyes on something and to have more than one great mind. So shout out to Kat. She's the best, and I love her, and she does such a great job. But yeah, so if you've been thinking about hiring someone or opening yourself up to more support, like getting an assistant or something like that, I think that could be very beneficial. But I also think that if you are only limiting your feeling of success to financial endeavors, I think you're being asked to stop looking at it only in those metrics, because there could be things you're very successful in now in terms of like sharing your voice or writing, or, you know, having really wonderful connections in your life, or being really successful at having a functional routine. Like there are so many ways in which you already are successful that you may not see because you're focused on a specific goal, and that goal is already manifesting. So if you can, maybe take a step back and think about like, what am I already successful at that I take for granted? What is already going really well in my life that I don't necessarily see? And I also just think maybe stop assuming that other people have it more figured out than you. Stop assuming that other people feel this sense of satisfaction in a way that you don't. Like if you have this idea that like you know, someone has made it so they don't have any problems, or someone has made it so they don't deal with the things that you deal with. They might be dealing with even heavier stuff than you could realize. Like, and I think that's one thing as well, is when you attain different versions of success, new parts of self come through, new fears come through, new or old things come up that we didn't even realize were there. So I feel like you're really being called to stop zeroing in on assumptions around what success will yield, because I feel like if you are anticipating that, you know, this one achievement or this one goal being accomplished will set you free and just make you feel like, yep, I can just coast in life now, I've done what I've wanted to do, I feel you're gonna find that you feel the exact same way. Stop, and like I said, stop assuming you have to do it alone. But let's see what you should start doing, because it could help this success come in more quickly. Also, don't hold on to so much. Like, when it comes to this happy family card, like, be willing to share with people how you're feeling and what might be stressing you out, what you might be worried about, because I feel like there are a lot of people in your life that love you and want to support you, and may have no idea that you're struggling, or that you're worried, or that, you know, you feel uncertain, or that you could use support, because you carry yourself so well and because you just seem okay. Like, not everyone is a mind reader, and not everyone can be aware of when, you know, you might need a little extra support. It seems like even when you struggle, you're quite high functioning, so it's hard for people to maybe recognize when you could use a word of support or use some extra help. But Spirit, what should pile one start doing to help bring this success energy in more smoothly? Okay, we have the Chariot, which is really, really beautiful. So one thing that you should start doing is being kinder to yourself. I mean, we literally have Be Nice here, but the Chariot is ruled by Cancer, the sign of Cancer. And I definitely feel like Cancerian energy could be really beneficial for you, where you are just giving yourself more nurturing, more compassion, and just being more gentle with yourself. I feel like if you have really high expectations of yourself and have a hard time giving yourself grace, this is the time to do that. I also think that there could be tools or systems that you could embrace that could help get you further more quickly. I'm gonna use it in terms of like a personal life thing. For me, I don't like cooking. It's an executive functioning thing that's just not for me. But if I don't have like healthy food around, I will just order a crap. One of the things that I just decided to do one day was to see if there's any local meal prep services in my area. And not only were there, but the one that I ended up going with not only was cheaper than the groceries I was paying for, but on top of it gave me like healthy meals I could literally just put in the oven, and it's made my life so much easier. And it's one of those things that like I put off doing for so long because I thought I had to do it in a specific way. But like, for example, if you can get someone to come and clean your house for you so that you don't have to worry about that. If you can make a chore chart with your roommates so that you guys can have like this system that you set up for yourselves, that, you know, maybe makes it less likely that you're going to argue or have certain chores go by the wayside. You're being encouraged to do anything that creates more efficiency in your life, but also start trusting yourself more. I feel like the Chariot is literally a card of success. It's a card of victory, and it's also a card of balance. You know, the Chariot cannot move forward if it is not balanced. And I think maybe one thing that could be imbalanced is your ability to receive from your environment, your ability to ask, you know, for support from others, or to just give yourself time and space and the grace of like, okay, I just need to take a break today. I just need to spend time with my loved ones, or I just need to see if I can find a program or something like that to make this frustrating aspect of my routine or what I'm creating a little bit easier. I definitely think that there are ways in which you could be carried. Like, I'm hearing the law of divine efficiency, which is all about doing things smarter, not harder. And I feel like if you have this belief that you have to do things, like I said, all on your own, or this belief that things have to be challenging in order for you to be worthy of that success, I feel like you're being called to let go of that and be gentle with yourself and not be so hard on yourself. I definitely think that you just need to start trusting that the quickest way forward is not the most intense way forward. It's the most balanced way. So make sure that one aspect of your life is not taking up all of your time and energy. So for example, if you're spending most of your life, building this certain project or, at work, taking the time to speak up and say, hey, I'm not doing overtime this weekend, and leave it at that. You don't need to explain yourself. If you've been solely focused on other people in your life and haven't been dedicating more time to yourself, now is the time to rebalance that. Look at where you could just make things a little bit more efficient for you, where there is an unnecessary amount of struggle or frustration in your life, and look at how you can make that easier for yourself. So like my example of finding a meal prep service, like that was something that, helped me so much. And I didn't even think about it. That's the funny thing, is sometimes like there are solutions that we don't even think of. So allow yourself to also kind of be carried by the energy already here, because like you're already headed towards success. I think one of the best things that you can do is act as if things are already happening, and also just look at what within you makes you feel unworthy of receiving the success, of receiving the support that could get you there sooner. And ask yourself, just where are you needing to be nourished more? Where are you needing more support? What small fixes could lead to a lot of help and growth? Because you might find that those are very helpful. I also think that if there are things that have been holding you back that you need to move on from, focusing on healing those things, not if it's with healing people, healing with connections with people, like think about how you can bring healing into that situation, whether it's just forgiving yourself and moving forward, or reaching out and creating space for there to be resolution or forgiveness. This is a lot about creating more efficiency from the things that have been tripping you up, the things that have been holding you back, and that maybe have been blind spots for you, where you've been expecting yourself to do it all alone or to do it in a specific way. Like you can get to a destination a lot sooner if you have a car than if you're walking. And if you're like, well, no, I need to walk, why? Sometimes we think we have to do something the hard way, and you really don't. Like if there is a solution that makes things more efficient and makes things easier and gives you more time and energy to yourself to do, to devote to things you care about or things that are important to you, embrace that. You're already headed towards success. Just believe in yourself more. You've got this. I'm so confident in you. I would be shocked if you don't have that within yourself already, in some capacity at least. But with this success, let's see a blessing to come from it, or a change that is going to be happening as a result of this success manifesting in your life. So what is a blessing or a change coming into pile one's life as a result of their success grounding, of having happy, healthy, healing times? Ooh, another thing as well is give yourself more time to travel if you need it, or if you've been considering going on a trip, I feel like that's a good idea. You never know who you might meet, or maybe you just need a little break. If you've been thinking about that, definitely this is your sign to do that. Okay. Like there's so many beautiful landscapes. Like we have a beach, we have like the canyons here, we have beautiful lakes, and like the tropical forests. Belize, you wouldn't believe how helpful a vacation might be, but Belize is a place that just came through. So maybe for some of you that's confirmation. Shout out to Belize. Okay, what is a blessing or positive change that will come from this success grounding? Please. Yes, okay. I know this is like a pretty gruesome death card, but this is beautiful. This is all about you literally letting go of ego. Not only ego, but transforming in powerful ways and healing ways that allow you to not go back. Like, you're entering a new era. This success is allowing you to enter a new era and to also let go of frustrating ways of being that you've been trying to get out of for some time. I feel like I should cover their neck up because I'm worried I'm gonna get in trouble. We'll cover it up with this little dragon. But this also reminds me of Chinnamasta energy, or the goddess Chinnamasta. Any Hindu homies that would like to elaborate, because I'm probably not going to be, I'm not the best resource to know about this, but Chinnamasta, at least as far as I understand, is usually shown with a severed head, and it's all about cutting off the head to free the soul in ways where, you know, however your ego is keeping you small, however you are thinking you need to do things, or in whatever ways you are trapped and that are suppressing your spirit, suppressing your psyche. Chinnamasta is, you know, the being or the deity that will help cut your head off to set you free. You know, not in a literal sense, but in a metaphoric sense. I'm thinking there's a card of hers in my Kali Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild that's literally all about killing the ego to free the soul. And so I feel like that is a significant blessing where you're going to be much more connected to your creativity. I feel like you're going to be either creating or taking action from a more healed place. If you are a creative type person, I feel like you will be using your past wounds or the healing that you have done as a form of inspiration. Like, this is an energy where, like I said, you're entering a new era. But I'm thinking about like the difference between Billie Eilish's current album and the album right before that, the one that she released before that. Like, they're different vibes, and there's growth and there's change there. They're both beautiful, but like her newest album is honestly my favorite album so far. I think it's just so beautiful. And I feel like whatever you've been afraid of, like if you've been holding on to a certain way of being out of fear of losing something, I feel like what you're realizing is these things are either growing with you or they are leaving your life so that they can be replaced with something better. If you've been holding on to a certain way of being out of fear that you would lose your creativity or that you wouldn't have the same motivation, I feel like you're realizing that through this growth and this shedding of what's been holding you back, of what's been keeping you small, of what's been driving you to lengths that are leaving you exhausted or leaving you stuck in patterns you don't want to be in, that is what is leaving. I definitely feel like as well, you're just undergoing powerful transformation, and there are certain endings that are occurring. And I feel like a lot of the endings that are occurring are endings of dissatisfaction, especially around what you already have or feeling like you're not good enough, an ending of certain belief systems that have caused you to stay stuck in this lack of self-worth energy and this, you know, feeling or belief that you have to do things a certain way. This is just golden energy in the sense where you are transforming into a swan, like a beautiful swan, a graceful swan. Like, things are going to be changing in ways that shift you for the better. Like, if you are trying to manifest some sort of financial change, I feel like not only is that successfully happening, but there's an ending to certain like cycles. Like, if you've been in cycles of debt, like I feel like that is a blessing that you are letting go of. That is a blessing that you are releasing. I feel like if you have been allowing others to dictate how you create or how you show up in the world, or, you know, if you've been looking to them for validation, like that is something that is leaving your life. If you've been in a state where you've just been tired of how you're doing things, like if you're just ready for things to change, if you feel like you've been almost stuck in this invisible bubble and like it just seems like it's impossible for you to break out, you are breaking out, you are growing into a new era. And I feel like whatever success you are receiving is creating a solid foundation for you to do even more. And maybe one of the things that you will realize is maybe you want to do less, maybe you just want to chill and appreciate more. I definitely feel like if there are really frustrating or challenging energies within you that you've been trying to deal with, that you feel like have been weighing you down, I feel like those are being transmuted and are transforming in ways where you're receiving the gifts from those frustrations. But I did want to mention that on the back of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So not only is everything happening in divine timing for you and in the most blessed way, like you are blessed in general, there are blessings coming to you, and like the universe is on your side right now. Everything is happening in your highest good, happening for you, and like you really don't need to worry. The work that you're already doing is carrying you plenty. I feel like if anything, you could trust the universe a little bit more to carry you as well. I also feel like if there have been things that have stifled you in terms of trusting your spiritual guidance or trusting your own inner guidance, that is changing. Like you are shifting internally and externally, and the changes that are coming are leading to an ending of the way your life used to be, I think, in ways that are going to be really welcome for you, where you're no longer held back, no longer stuck in frustrating cycles. And there's a feeling of freedom that I think that you either have never experienced before, or this realization of, wow, I didn't realize things could be this good. Like there is an ending to a lot of darkness and frustration, and also things that have been distorting your vision, distorting your perception from seeing the value of what's already here. So as you can see, we have not only have MEGADECK, we have Super MEGADECK. I'm using 3 different Affirmators decks: the regular one, which has the black background, the Creativity one, which has the yellow background, and the Work one, which has the blue background. So I am just going to let Miss MEGADECK come through with whatever guidance that she has for you. If you would like to be blessed by the powerful spirit of MEGADECK, you can like the video and say out loud, "Thank you, MEGADECK," or comment, "Thank you, MEGADECK." She hears, she knows, she sees all, and she does bless all, so be aware of that. If not, she's just grateful you're here. She's extra thick today. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. Oh, wise and powerful MEGADECK, what guidance do you have for pile 1 when it comes to grounding this success, when it comes to making their process more smooth, when it comes to trusting themselves further? Okay, we've got 2. We have get centered. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of, insert your favorite animal, holding a magical item, floating through space on a piece of furniture. So I'll do one. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of an orca, holding a flaming sword, floating through space on a big ass bed. There's mine. Feel free. If you want to tell me yours, I would love to hear it. But we also have bravery. I may not be a full-blown Gryffindor. Maybe you are. But I've got my own brand of bravery. I'm brave enough to show up and try. I'm brave enough to share stuff I make, even when I worry that other people's stuff is better. And I'm brave enough to stop anxiety scrolling. Sorry, Instagram. Even if that's my go-to habit. Thanks, Instagram, because comparison bites. You hear me, Instagram? Hashtag, bravery takes courage. And it does. Actually, one of the things that really helped me was deleting Instagram. I don't really post on there very much. I might again, but I feel like the shorts or the reels, whatever it's called on there, like it's just not good for my brain. And I just felt like it was taking up too much time and energy. Time and energy that if I'm on my phone, I want to dedicate to playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So yeah, if you've needed a sign to delete social media and just only get on it to post, or set better boundaries with it, that's a good sign. But yeah, be brave. You've got this. You've already been brave. You just need to keep doing that. What else, Miss MEGADECK? What guidance do we have? Woof, that one flew. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one on the top with this cute little lemur, And it says, observation. I observe the vast and dynamic world around me and funnel everything I see into my filing cabinet of most exceptional visionary potential. This is the raw material my brain will sneakily and ingeniously use to fashion its next surprising out of the blue. What a relief it is to know that nothing ever needs to be invented. It's already walking around in the world just waiting to be presented. Yeah, that's beautiful. And I feel like if you are having trouble grounding certain creative visions or just having trouble getting inspiration, just trust you're stepping into it. But we also have connection. I am connected to the multitudes and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter around weather-related stuff. So yeah, that's definitely confirmation for me, for you to definitely not do everything alone. And if you have people in mind that you've been wanting to connect to more, like, feel free to reach out to them. But finally, on the back of the deck, we have honoring ideas. When an idea comes to me, I honor it by doing my best to bring it into being. Ideas are like children and I proudly nurture them. Knowing they will grow and develop and eventually make their way out into the world without ever really acknowledging how much time, money, love I shelled out for them. Hey, whose idea was it to have these ideas anyway? There is truth to that. But yeah, the fact that I burped a bunch as I was saying that, I feel like you have a lot of, you might shoot down ideas, or like, for example, and these don't have to just be ideas around like the big goals that you're working towards. Like if you have an idea to go for a walk or an idea to reach out to someone and talk to them just to like get creative inspiration or hang out. If you have an idea to take an hour off and just chill, don't crap all over those. The small ideas could be things leading you to great inspiration. And I'm also hearing Project Runway. I feel like Project Runway would do really cool things when it comes to inspiration. Like they would have their designers do things like make outfits out of random materials or take them to certain places like the middle of the city or a conservatory or just like really beautiful places to get inspiration. So if you have an idea to go somewhere, you never know what inspiration might strike. Like honor ideas, and and if you can't go anywhere physically, watch a show that's international, watch National Geographic, watch a space show, watch Prehistoric Planet on Apple TV. Like that's such a good show. Watch anything that inspires you, and you may never know what will do that. It could be the craziest reality TV or the most calming Animal Planet show. But pile one, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background. That is one of the simplest and easiest ways to show support and appreciation for my channel, so thank you to everyone who does that. Also, if you would like to, leaving a like, commenting down below anything that I mentioned. I'm a Ravenclaw, what are you? If you feel conflicted, are you? You could like, subscribe, shout out to my intro squad and my notification squad. If you want me to see your comments, I usually see comments when I first upload, and then after that it's kind of shaky. But I just thank you guys so much for keeping the comment section so awesome. Like I love hearing from you guys, and shout out to everyone who leaves comments all the time. Like I remember you guys, I see you guys, and I appreciate y'all. If you'd like to support me in other ways, you can check out my newest sun candle or any other candles on Angelic Magic 888 site and use code ASO10 so you can get 10% off. You can check out my merch, my Instagram, even though there's not much there. Encourage me to post on there, I guess. You can check out other videos, especially ones with extendeds, but yeah, I think that's it. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I hope this reading was successful and getting you inspired about your own success. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose this Citrine, I believe it's a dodecahedron, but I could be incorrect. It's a special stone though. And the Radiant Tarot, this is going to be your reading on your next big success. So if you want a full breakdown of the reading, there is one in the intro, but we're gonna start by looking at overall what the energies of this next big success is for you and what you can expect, what it might look like. So To start, we have caring connections. We have utopia, peace, serenity, paradise. And we have illumination. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm so excited for you. And actually, the stone that you picked is so apt for these energies. I'll tell you what these energies are first, and then I'll tell you the story behind this crystal. But you are successfully either bringing in or connecting to people in your life that are meant to be there. If you've been manifesting a friend, manifesting an opportunity to visit a friend, if you've been trying to find time to be with a romantic partner more, if you've been going through a rough patch with a partner or someone that means a lot to you, this is a sign that you're successfully moving through that phase. But depending on if you've been trying to manifest a specific type of person in your life, like for example, a mentor, a teacher, a close friend, a romantic partner, you are successfully bringing that in. This is another thing as well, is that this is less about group energy and more about one-on-one energies. So you could be having multiple different types of people that you're successfully bringing in, but they are going to be in different areas of your life. So for example, you know, you might be reconnecting with someone that you have a really special connection to romantically, and at the same time you might be successfully meeting someone who ends up being a really close and special friend. If you have already met certain people in your life that seem very favorable or promising, I can see that you are successfully building a greater friendship, a greater connection with these people or person, if it's just one person. If you are trying to, like I said, manifest any sort of special connection, whether it be any of the ones I've listed, you are successfully doing that. That is your next big success. But not only that, if you have someone in your life already that you are wanting to see, and it's been like a situation where you guys just can't seem to make the time, or you haven't had the resources to, or it's just been too challenging, it seems like you guys are going to find a way to make it happen. Whether it is planning it further out in the future, finding a way to make a trip together. I can see if you're trying to travel, that is a thing that you are successfully making happen. One thing that I'm hearing too is to pay attention or do research on different types of like savings deals that you can do, or like there might be programs that you are unaware of or that you haven't seen before, that could be really favorable for you. And if you're wanting to travel but you don't have anyone to travel with, you could find like programs for people that like your age where you travel to different places. I know Lorraine from the Hermit Tarot recently went on a trip like that, and she went on her own, and I know she made so many friends and she had so much fun, and it was really special for her. So and I remember she was quite nervous about that, which is hard to believe because she's fantastic and easy to get along with. But you know, if you've been thinking about doing something like that but been afraid to go alone, I feel like this is a beautiful sign that you will successfully make friends. If you have been wanting to move location, I can see here that that move is going to be one that pays off and that you're happy with, whether it's just to a new house or to a new place in general, or to a place far away. It seems like wherever you're going is going to be more aligned with you. It is going to bring you more peace. It's going to be the right type of environment for you, especially if you're considering going to a really different type of environment. So for example, maybe you live in a city type environment and that stresses you out, so you're wanting to try living in a rural place. You might find that that brings you a lot of peace, a lot of tranquility, especially if you're living near the water or farmland. Like that might be something that's really aligned with you. Or for example, if you live in a rural area and are feeling drawn to the city, that might be the place that brings you more peace. With this illumination card, you are also successfully connecting with your spiritual guidance. If you've been wanting to make more conscious, have a more conscious relationship with your ancestors, with your spirit guides, things like that, you're either getting the clarity that you need, and whether you're consciously aware of it or not, you're connecting with them more deeply and getting the guidance that you need. If that has been a conscious goal, you're doing that successfully and your spiritual gifts are expanding. If you've been trying to grow your spiritual side, grow your ability to hold space for spiritual energy, build your stamina, that's happening. Especially if you are trying to connect with star beings more, like Sirians, Pleiadians, anything like that, you are absolutely going to be getting more conscious connection from them. You could be having more dreams where they show up in your dreams. You could be having signs. You could literally be seeing light ships. And one crazy thing that I realized, I used to see light ships when I was young, but I didn't think they were real because I saw them in my mind's eye. So I thought I was making them up. And now I feel like I can't do it the same because it was just natural. But anyway, you are successfully creating home within yourself and finding a sense of home in meaningful connections with people you already know or people that you are manifesting. And you are adhering to guidance, or guidance that maybe you didn't understand in the past, or answers that you've been looking for that you didn't have in the past. You are gaining clarity to. You are quite literally finding an equilibrium where you can exhale. You're finding the place, whether it's in the arms of someone else, whether it's in a new physical place, whether it's both, whether it's within yourself. It could be all of those things. You are finding home in more ways than one. You could be moving in with someone. You could be, like I said earlier, successfully moving through a challenging cycle with someone who is really meaningful to you. No matter what, you are successfully bringing in the type of connection that you're looking for with people that are gentle, caring, and tender, and that will mirror that energy with you. And the reason why this makes me so happy is because I actually got this citrine when I was in Barcelona with one of my dear friends, Charlotte from Happy Twins 1111. I flew to England to meet her for the first time in person, probably 2 years ago, and we went to a bunch of different places. We traveled a lot, and she attuned me to Reiki with this crystal, and yeah, I just found it in a little crystal store in Barcelona. It was the only one there, and it was like such a magical thing to find and such a special experience to have with my friend. She's also posting videos again, by the way, so if you want to check out her channel, please do. She is a fantastic reader and an even better human being, and that's an excellent example of a caring connection in my life where, you know, she's been a constant source of support. Lorraine as well, the Hermit Tarot, definitely check out her channel as well. They are both examples of caring connections in my life with people that, you know, bring me a sense of peace, give me more clarity. And if you're trying to have friendships like that, where, you know, you talk to them and you just feel understood, you feel like you're growing together, and you might even find that you're meeting people or connecting with people and you guys are growing spiritually together or on the same path together. Even if it's two separate paths, it's like you're learning the same lessons at the same time. This is really significant energy. I feel like you are successfully moving through a chaotic and turbulent time, and also letting go of what no longer serves you, especially if there are connections in your life that are taking up space, that make you feel unworthy, unloved, that just make you feel like they're unbalanced. Those are leaving your life or taking a back seat in favor of connections that are positive, empowering, supportive, and nurturing. I definitely think the types of connections that you're bringing in, like the number 14 is making me think of temperance. And I feel like there is this balancing energy happening where the people that you're meeting are balancing you out very well. And it's like you guys have things in common, but where you're different, it really balances one another quite well. Like your energies work with one another quite well. Like an example I'm thinking of is when Snoop Dogg and Kevin Hart commentated for the Olympics. Like they had very complementary energies, even though they're quite different. They're both funny, they're both charismatic, they both are quite successful, but they have very different energies, and they fed off of one another quite well, and like their style of commentating was just like really just chef's kiss. Like I remember there were things that went viral with them because it was just so It was just so funny, and it just worked effortlessly. It was really, really good. So this is beautiful energy. You're successfully bringing more peace. You are finding home in more ways than one. You are expanding your spiritual awareness. You are bringing in or rebalancing and healing loving connections that feel like home and that empower you and support you. You are successfully traveling, if that's a goal, or moving to a different place that is going to be much more aligned with you and bring you more peace. You are gaining clarity that is leading you to these places, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, and a lot of chaos and confusion is leaving your life. So I love to hear that. I'm so happy for you. Let's just go ahead now and see what wants to come through in terms of your tarot. But if you are enjoying this reading, or if you want to support me, liking the video is a super helpful way to do that. That's not a great shuffle. If you're wanting to travel somewhere, tell me where you want to go. Travel is always really fun. I actually, when I got attuned to Reiki with this bad boy, even though I got him in Barcelona, I got attuned to Reiki in Giant's Causeway, which is in, at least the part that I was in Northern Ireland. And so I was literally on these cool geometric rocks in front of the ocean, getting attuned to Reiki 1 at least. And it was so powerful and so special, and just one of those moments that you never forget. If I have a picture, I'll link one. I'll put it up here while I'm shuffling. But yeah, I definitely think like this couldn't be a better crystal to have, because I feel like this is just abundance coming to you in forms that are ones you wouldn't expect. Like abundance in terms of like an abundance of love and caring with another person, an abundance of just peacefulness, an abundance of generosity from the universe, an abundance of awareness and guidance. Lots of powerful energies. Yeah, and thank you to everyone who just takes the time to leave a little like or subscribe. That helps me so much. And if you want to give back the energy that I put in, that is a great way to do so. But anyway, let's go ahead now and start looking at your tarot. So we're using tarot to get guidance on how to ground these energies. So we're going to start by looking at what you're already doing that you should continue to do, because that is bringing these successes to you. So Spirit, what does pile 2 need to keep doing that is bringing this success to their life, please? We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, well, number 1, travel. So if you're planning on traveling, definitely do that. The Knight of Wands is a card of travel, but also is a card of taking action towards what you want and having the courage to put yourself out there. I definitely think you're being encouraged to take action towards others. Don't wait for people to reach out to you. Like, don't wait for things to come to you. Put yourself out there in ways that excite you. So, you know, if that is traveling solo and finding a program where other solo travelers are, if that is trying new things, going to new classes, or taking up shit, like opening up more in different spaces. Like if you belong to certain online spaces that you know, you really like the crowd of people there, like sharing more of yourself in that. Creative endeavors that you want to take action towards. This is all about keeping things fun, keeping things light, moving towards what you want, and allowing inspiration to guide you to take action. So like inspired action in this case is anything like, if you just feel this calling, like I have to go to India, shout out to India, like you let that calling, you know, lead you to finding, okay, maybe I should do this specific program, maybe I should do this, like finding what is going to work for you. If you're like, I really just need to explore this new town in my country because I think I might want to move there, go check it out, see what's going on. If you're like, I just really want to tell this person that I think they're cool and I wish we were better friends, say it, do it. Keep trusting the inspiration that you get. keep having courage to take action. This is definitely not the time to rest on your laurels. And similar to pile one, both of you kind of had this message of taking action towards what you want and trusting in it. The difference is you have the Knight. So I feel like you're being encouraged to keep things light, not put too much investment into what you get inspiration towards, because there might be certain things that you move towards where it's like, oh, okay, I don't really think this is aligned with me. Like you might go visit a town and be like, I can't really see myself living here. Okay, on to the next. You might also find that there are certain connections fizzling out in your life where you're just like, I just don't feel the vibe anymore. Like I don't feel the call to reach out, or I don't feel the call to keep maintaining this. Don't feel like you have to force things that don't feel right. I feel like this is a time where you are allowing excitement to carry you. And one of the things that you need to keep doing is keep letting yourself be excited. Keep letting yourself move towards what you're passionate about. And don't let logistics bring you down, because there are so many ways that you can make something happen. Like there are an unlimited amount of, if you feel like there's only one way to do something, you need to take a step back and realize there are so many different ways. And it's maybe just a matter of finding the right solution, or, you know, searching for what's right, or asking around, or waiting for something that feels right to take action towards. I know I just said don't rest on your laurels, but like if nothing is like calling you to take action towards that, okay, then maybe spend some time connecting with your spiritual guidance, see what they say, take action towards that. But definitely movement. If you've been continuing to move forward, making changes, moving towards what excites you, keep doing that because it's working. And I definitely think one thing you're being encouraged to keep doing is stay excited. Keep that momentum. Like, don't let doubt and fear and like, well, what if something doesn't happen, or what if something doesn't come through, be a thing that stops you from taking action. Don't let people rain on your parade. Now is not the time to accept that. And also, if you've been proactive in connecting with people that you already care about, keep doing that. Like, you know, you may not like being the one to text first and things like that, but I get the vibe that you're pretty special, and I feel like there are some connections in your life that like may be intimidated by you, or, you know, be like afraid that, you know, you may not be interested. So I feel like it's really, if you already have someone in your life, it's already like making them feel really confident, having you reach out and stuff like that. And you can say too, like, hey, I would love it if you reached out more. Like if you want something from someone, ask for it, and just ask for it point blank. If you are looking for these types of connections, put yourself out there. You know, if that means trying like speed dating, or, you know, putting yourself on online dating sites, if it means doing international dating sites, like things like that. Do whatever excites you. Try a singles cruise. Try a cruise for things that you have interest in. If you're not a cruise person, try looking for some sort of convention that has interests that you also have. Like, do things that are exciting. Do things that let you feel passionate about. And even if what excites you is chill and low key, do that. Like, it doesn't have to be the most dynamic thing in the world. It's the thing that excites you. And if what excites you, just chilling in bed and watching travel docs while you know, scroll on an online dating site or Bumble BFF, do that. Whatever speaks to you, whatever calls to you, do that. And I think another thing that you can do is temper this excitement and passion with using that as a way to build up your spiritual practice, whether that's creating more ritual or just making more time to connect with your internal self, with your spiritual guidance. So if you're guided to learn something new, or guided to go to a place that your ancestors used to be, if you're guided to go on a spiritual retreat, those could all be really powerful ways to connect with the ancestral realms, with past life versions of yourself, with your spiritual guidance. Like for example, in that trip that I was talking about with Charlotte, we went to Stonehenge, and it was so magic. We went to Stonehenge for the summer solstice, and if you've never done that, that is an excellent example of something that you could do that's really fun. Just make sure you dress warmly, because we did not, and we had to spend a lot of money on like blankets and sweatshirts because it was quite cold, but it was so worth it, and it was so much fun. And it was magic. It was magic. It was so much fun. And it was one of those things where it's like, I felt like I'd been there before and I didn't know why, I didn't know how. That was also some place where I saw like weird things in the sky that I couldn't quite explain. But it was magic, it was special, and it was special to be with someone that I cared about and that, you know, was important to me, with a bunch of other people celebrating the summer solstice. It was just the best. It was awesome, and I can't wait to do it again. So do things like that. Do fun things. Keep doing fun things, and don't allow your inner wet blanket to stop you, or an outer wet blanket stop you. Okay, and speaking of stopping, let's see what you should stop doing because it's blocking this success energy from coming through. So what does pile 2 need to stop doing, Spirit? Yeah, 3 of Swords, that makes sense. Stop overthinking things. Stop assuming that things aren't going to work out. Stop letting people project their wounds onto your excitement, you know? If you are like, I'm going on this cruise and I'm so excited about it, and someone is like, cruises, that's how you get sick. Like, you know, if you've ever seen the SNL sketches with Rachel Dratch called Debbie Downer, don't let your inner Debbie Downer or Debbie Downers around you stop you. And look that up, the Debbie Downer sketches. They're really, really funny. I think there's one specifically, I think when Lindsay Lohan is a guest star, and it's just like, it's so funny. Stop assuming that things aren't going to work out. Stop stopping yourself from doing things that make you happy because you feel like you need to earn them or wait or do something like that. This 3 of Swords is all about stop letting your mind cock block your heart. Stop letting your logical body or your inner Debbie Downer or the Debbie Downers around you stop you from what gets you excited and what gets you going. You don't need other people to give you permission, because you're definitely above the age of 18 or the age of 18. Because if you are under that, you shouldn't be watching this. You should be going and living your life, because you don't need readings yet. You just need to like embrace growing. This is all about you. Stop projecting the fears of the past onto the beauty of the future. There is a lot of light and a lot of love and a lot of just positive experiences in your future. And if you allow your fears or your expectations of things not going well to get in your way, you're going to miss out on so many opportunities to meet people, to have fun, to have beautiful experiences that you remember for a lifetime. And the thing is too, is like, those experiences will counteract the negative experiences you've had that have caused you to project negative outcome or believe that things can't get better. Like, part of what's getting you out of this stagnant, detached, bleh, apathetic energy is passion, is excitement, is getting things moving. You're moving out of a time of chaos and frustration and disappointment, and you need to stop expecting that that's coming in the future, because it's holding you back from being more open and embracing the beautiful things that life is wanting to take you towards. And when you are stuck in your head, or when you are, you know, being down on yourself or assuming that things won't work out or it's not time yet or things like that, you're literally just stopping joy that could be coming into your life sooner. Instead of just embracing, you're stopping your joy. You're holding yourself back. And I feel like you will find it is worth it 1,000,000 times over to go out and try and experience these things, rather than say no to something because it might not be worth it, or it might stink, or it might not work out, or something might happen. You are more than capable of handling any challenges that come your way. And also, I feel like you might be so hard on yourself you don't even realize, like, people will like you. I like being in your energy. I'm like so happy to have you here. Like, I like you and I don't even know you. I'm just a pair of 2 talking hands on the internet. And I already like you. So trust that when people meet you in person, they're gonna like you too. And also, if you don't like yourself, it's gonna be harder for you to be open. So part of self-love is giving yourself the grace of being open to others and allowing others to see who you are. You know, if you grew up in a small town, for example, it's really hard to grow out of whatever reputation you have because everybody sees you one way. And even if you grow and change, it doesn't matter. They still see you that way. And I remember when I went to college, I was so shocked because I realized like, oh, wow, people see me a lot more authentically. And like, I don't feel guilty for existing here. Like, I don't feel like I have to hide myself, and people like my authentic self. Wow, who knew? And it's almost like just leaving that environment and leaving those individuals gave me so much more room to meet people that were really special in my life. And I feel like that is happening for you as well. Don't assume that you're going to have the same disappointments and the same hurts and heartbreaks that you've had in your past, because not only is that not true, but it's holding you back from life being more fun and brighter anyways. And I feel like you've already been giving yourself the courage to try new things, to put yourself out there, to start doing things that make you uncomfortable or that make you nervous. And I feel like there's a part of you, when you feel peace, when you feel serene, when you feel good, it may be hard for you to stay in that because you may be uncomfortable with it, or you may feel like you may be anticipating something taking that away from you. And the thing is that you're building an internal reserve of inner peace no matter what's happening around you. Like, if you can maintain zen when you're in a stressful airport, like, that is incredible. That's something I'm still trying to do. But like, you can be constantly moving and still finding peace within you, even through stressful situations. I feel like that's something that's happening. I also feel like you need to stop underestimating yourself and feeling like you are not capable of trying different things. Like, you can go to a country where you don't speak the language, get Duolingo, Google common phrases in that language, you know, get a travel book. Like, you can find solutions here. You know, get a guide that speaks your language so that you don't have to do everything by yourself. Like, find solutions to accommodate yourself, but don't be afraid of challenges. It's those times where we're doing something outside of our comfort zone and we don't know what to do and we're overwhelmed, that not only do we grow, but we realize we can handle it. And even if it's scary in the moment, we realize we can handle it, and it's actually not as scary as we thought, and we can do hard things, and that will give you the courage to do more things that allow you to explore the world more and find what feels good to you, find home in others and in yourself and in the world in places you would never anticipate. It's time to stop assuming that things are just not going to work out for you and that people just aren't going to like you or just aren't going to value you in the way that you value them. It's that expectation that you project outwards that is continuing to keep you stuck there. You are awesome. And if people don't see that, they don't need to be taking up space in your life. Just because someone can't see that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It literally just means that they are not for you. Remember that rejection is divine protection and also divine redirection, and that you're always being led towards what is meant for you. And I promise there are going to be people that love you authentically for who you are, and that probably there are some that already do, and that maybe you just haven't given yourself the time and space to really appreciate that or open up more. You're great. Get over it. You're awesome. Deal with it. Okay, let's see what you should start doing to help bring in these successful energies sooner. So what should pile 2 start doing, Spirit? We have the 9 of Pentacles. So I love this. So start doing things independently. You know, if you don't have someone to travel with, like I said, find a group, find something where there's other solo travelers. If you can't find someone to live with, if you have the means, try living on your own. Try a new situation. Try something you haven't thought of. I feel like you are being called to, number one, like, take what you've saved up already, take what you've invested, and use it to do things that you enjoy. And, you know, I feel like this can even be small things. Take yourself to a movie by yourself. Take yourself out for drinks or to eat by yourself. You never know who you might meet. And it could just be you being on your own to like give someone the courage to approach you, or you the courage to approach them. I feel like you're really being encouraged to start seeing your worth. Like, look at this beautiful, well, I think it's a buck because, you know, the antlers, but you need to start seeing your worth and seeing the value that you have, and also not feel like you have to grasp at straws for just the bare minimum, basic acceptance. If you're watching this when I upload it, the Leo new moon, I think, is coming. And Leo's all about being in the light, seeing your worth. Do that. Embrace independence, embrace what you have, and don't let anyone into your life or stay in your life that devalues you or makes you feel less than amazing. Because I will tell you, I've got wonderful people in my life, and there is no room for anyone who is not just awesome. And that's not to say that people that haven't treated you right in the past can't come back around and grow. That's possible too. And that's really special as well. So I feel like you really just need to have more confidence in your worth. And also, like, I feel like some of you might be underestimating what you have to spend. And I feel like, I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, so trust yourself, but I do think that you have the resources to make a change, and you may be stopping yourself because you're afraid of letting go of some of that, or feeling like, you know, you need more, you're waiting for someone's permission, or you're waiting to do it with someone else. But it's like, maybe doing something independently is what's going to bring you, you know, the partnership or the connection you're looking for. I also just feel like if you don't have the means right now, start saving for the things you do want to do. You know, if you are susceptible to ads, for example, like targeted ads on Instagram are terrible. That's one reason why I don't have Instagram on my phone, is because, like, they are very good at showing me things that I like, and I am very bad at saying no to them. So, like, I don't have it on my phone, so that I can't make impulsive decisions. I'm literally so upset because I saw this cute stuffed capybara that I wanted, and someone broke into my mailroom and stole it. So that sucked. That wasn't really relevant, but just something I needed to get off my chest. I hope that capybara brought someone else joy. Anyway, I feel like this is a twofold message of seeing your worth, but also saving up for the things you truly want to do. And if that takes time, feel free to do that, and allow creativity to give you options for preparing for that, or allow passion to help you be open to multiple ways of, like, gaining more income, having more income streams. But I also think that this is just about independence and about nourishing yourself and about not neglecting yourself out of a justification. There is no justification for neglecting yourself, truthfully. But I do feel like you could be looking for other people to give you permission or give you nourishment. And I feel like you could already be doing that for yourself now, whether that's through meditating or through, you know, giving yourself ample sleep, you know, investing more into your health, or taking more time to just do things that you enjoy, taking yourself out on dates, buying yourself flowers. You know, the song Flowers by Miley Cyrus could be quite significant. And that could be helping bring in someone who will treat you the way that you want to be treated. Like, if you don't know how you want to be treated, you need to get a handle on that. You know, what do you expect in friendships? How do you want to be, or like, how do you want someone to, that if you're courting, how do you want someone to court you? Like, things like that. Pay attention to that. I also just think you need to start recognizing that everything that you are seeking is seeking you, and you will have it, and you just need to trust. And that might require some patience. It also might require some practicality when it comes to finances. But you know your financial situation. I do not. And you can trust yourself. For some of you, you have more than enough to go after what you're wanting. And for others, you can have the means to make the travel plans you want to, or do the thing that you want to do. It may just be that you need to give yourself time, or stop waiting for someone to come with you and just have the courage to do it yourself. You never know who you might meet. Okay. So now I want to see a blessing or change that will come as a result of this success manifesting. So what is a blessing / change that will come as a result of pile 2's success manifesting in their life? Okay, I love to see this. We have the Magician. and it flew out. So I feel like number one, the things that you've been trying to manifest are coming to you successfully, and also you are gaining trust in your ability to be a creator being. You are going to be getting a better vision for, okay, what do I want next? Okay, where do we go from here? The things that you envisioned yourself doing, you're finally doing and saying yes to. I feel like you are also just gaining the confidence in yourself to navigate the world and create more opportunities to be connected to others, create more opportunities to travel, create new income streams that you didn't anticipate, be more skilled at communicating. I also just think that whatever you're already trying to create, the blessing that's coming is that grounding and manifesting in your life. You're also going to have a much more conscious connection to spirit in a way where you're going to be given inspiration for things to create, and they're going to happen. You're going to be brought to the resources or given the guidance to get the resources to make it happen. You're going to be brought to the right people, the right situations. Things are just going to flow effortlessly. And the thing is that this is all the more blessing because you are taking a central role in creating that, rather than waiting for the universe to tell you what you want, or waiting for others to like give you permission to pursue something. You are not. I have to take my birth control 1 second. Apologies for that. Unlike me, you are a fertile ground for creation. Quite literally, if you want that, and metaphorically. I'm a metaphorical fertile ground, just not a literal one. Uterus is closed for business. And maybe for some of you, you needed that reminder as well. So there you go. But also, you are just creating in powerful ways where you have more confidence in yourself. You are working with the universe more fluidly. So you are, rather than overthinking things and holding back and ruminating over what you should do, you're like, oh, I have this idea. I'm going to act on it. Bing, bang, boom. And like things are just moving more quickly, and you're gaining the confidence in yourself to be like, oh, I can create whatever I want with my life. And you are balancing your relationship to all elements and seeing how you can use your heart, the material realm, your mental body, and your connection to spirit to create the life that you want, and all of those connections to work together in a way that just like there's beautiful synergy happening, and you're much more balanced. And the visions that you get from the divine, you are grounding into reality more easily and much more successfully than you did in the past, because you're no longer being blocked by logic. Like, you're going to use your logic, but use it in ways that support whatever you're creating, rather than tear yourself down and keep you stuck in fear and small. So beautiful. Love to see it. So now we are going to get MEGADECK out. If you would like to be blessed, you can say thank you, MEGADECK, out loud. But I do know that MEGADECK loves to be complimented. She's extra thick today, extra juicy. If you would like to compliment MEGADECK on her thickness, I do believe you will get more blessings from MEGADECK, but you do not have to. You can just say it out loud. You can think it. You can like and say it. MEGADECK likes when you're kind to me as well. So, you know. And she also likes when you're kind to you. So today's MEGADECK is made of 3 different Affirmators decks, one being the Creativity Affirmators deck, the regular one, which has the black background, and the Work one. So, yay! We are just going to see now what guidance she has for you moving forward. So, Miss MEGADECK, what guidance do you have for pile 3 when it comes to grounding this success and opening themselves up more to the world? Okay. We have open mind. Yes, I keep an easy breezy open mind, knowing that inspiration often pops up in unlikely places. Rather than write off new experiences as not for me, yes, I'll lean into them with my might and dare people, places, and things to surprise me. If the surprise is welcome and or head spinning, it might just change my life. And if not, well, at least I'll get a good story out of it. Yes, this was literally what I was saying. Thank you, MEGADECK, for validating me. I hope she validates you. Okay, Miss MEGADECK, What else? What other guidance do you have for my group number 2s, please? Yeah, okay, these 2. And I believe this one wants to come out, so we'll do these 3. We have letting go. I don't dwell on the bad things that happened. I let things go because I have enough heavy things to carry around. Also, grudges aren't a great look. Yeah, and those things that you're holding on to could be stopping someone wonderful from coming in, or stopping healing from happening between you and someone already wonderful in your life. And may just be stopping you from moving forward because you're afraid, and you don't need to be. I mean, you're allowed to feel afraid, but I'm gonna say right now, you're not allowed to let it stop you from being open to life. Ooh, we also have honoring ideas. When ideas come to me, I honor it by doing my best to bring it into being. Ideas are like children, and I proudly nurture them, knowing that they'll grow and develop and eventually make their way out into the world without ever really acknowledging how much time, money, love I shelled out for them. Hey, whose idea was it to have these ideas anyway? And we also have I can too. Every single thing in the man-made world was once an idea. Oh my God, okay. Magician energy, we love to see it. Was once an idea in someone's mind. That chair, these shoes, those matching bedazzled Dolly Parton bathrobes, being surrounded by the physical manifestation of so many schemes and dreams and artisanal ice creams is like jet fuel for my creative engine. If all these things got made, I can make whatever I want. Pass the bedazzler, please. Yes, you can. You can absolutely do that, and you're already doing it. You just have to trust yourself more. And on the back of the deck, we have getting it out. I value myself and the things I have to say, even if all I have in me is a few words, even if they're spoken in a whisper, even if they're written on a dirty napkin and hidden in the bottom of my junk drawer. I'm still going to get those thoughts out of me and notice that the universe, or at least the drawer bottom, is a more interesting place because of me. Word up, or I guess down, on paper. Beautiful. So pile 2, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background. I don't expect you to watch them. I'm not a monster, but that is one of the simplest and easiest ways to show support and appreciation for this reading. But if you'd like to do that in other ways, liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing if you haven't already, clicking the little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading are all really helpful ways. If you want me to see your comments, I usually see comments when I first upload, and after that, it is a matter of fate. You can check out my merch. You can check out my candles, the sun candle. She is new. She is needing love. Be sure to use code ASO10 for 10% off. Definitely will be worth your while. You can check out my social media. You can check out other videos, especially ones with extendeds, but that is all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I hope this reading was successful and helping you feel confident in your success. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. I'm confident in you. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope they'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the green Aventurine four-leaf clover and the Midcenturian Tarot, this is going to be your reading on your next big success. So if you'd like a full breakdown of the reading, there is one in the intro, but we're going to start by looking at what your next big success is. So to start, we have solar portal, being centered, balancing power, manipulation, good vibes, matches the reading. We have the angel of love, and we have freedom. I love to see this. Oh, pile 3. This is a vibe. Okay, so there's a couple of things going on here, and I'm gonna trust, well, one of the things you're successfully doing is trusting your gut better. So you can start that by, as I go through the list of successes that this can be, let your gut tell you what yours are. And if there's one that you hear that you're not sure is yours, but you want it to be, name it and claim it. Okay, so one of the biggest things that's happening for all of you is you are successfully breaking through a toxic cycle that's been within you or in your life that has been keeping you stuck from loving yourself more fully, and that has been holding you back from trusting your power, standing in your power, and loving yourself enough to make decisions that not only enhance your freedom, but are coming from your best interest. This is an energy where you're gaining confidence in yourself and gaining the confidence to have conviction in the choices you're wanting to make. I also see here You are successfully letting go of past energy and past experiences that kept you trapped. I also see with this angel of love, you are successfully loving yourself. And I feel like you're doing this in ways that are surprising to you. Like if you thought that self-love looked very specific, like self-care things, I feel like you're realizing that some of the most powerful forms of self-love are making the decisions that are going to be in your highest good, that give you the opportunity to have fun, to be more free. And I feel like you are letting go of situations where you're manipulated, where you're held back, where you feel disempowered, where you feel trapped. I mean, one of the things you're successfully doing is freeing yourself from past energy that held you down, that made you feel bad about yourself, that made you feel like you weren't worthy. And I feel like you are entering into a time where you feel so much lighter, so much brighter. And there's just more joy because you're not being bogged down by unnecessary crap anymore. I also feel like you are receiving blessings from the divine successfully. I feel like there have been opportunities for you to make changes in the past, and for whatever reason you weren't ready, or you couldn't accept that you were worthy of these blessings and of these changes. And this angel of love here is saying that you are receiving blessings of love towards yourself and from others. I feel like one thing you are successfully doing is receiving loving energy from others that genuinely care about you. So if, for example, you know, you've had people in your life that have wanted to support you or wanted to encourage you or nurture you, and you've pushed that away, you are successfully allowing them in. I also see here that if you are wanting new love in your life or a deeper connection with someone you already know in your life that you love or have feelings for, you are successfully making that happen. I can see here that if there is a dynamic between a romantic interest in you that's been long lasting, I see you being able to break through that and also having the courage to speak up and share more love. You know, I see you successfully moving towards what it is you actually want, and also being able to trust yourself more. There's a hell of a lot less self-doubt, and there's also a whole lot more love for yourself and for life. This energy feels like when I first found tarot, and I loved it so much, I realized I didn't care what other people thought of me for doing it. And those are things that are very, very special because they don't happen. Well, hopefully for you, they could happen often. I haven't found that it happens that way very often for me. But when you find something that you love so much, you don't even care about what other people think, that is one of the things you're successfully doing. If not embracing those things, you're finding those things. And I also think that one thing you're doing is literally just caring less about what people think and doing what's right for you. I can see you breaking free of conventions that have been placed upon you by society or by family. I can see you finding ways to allow yourself to love and be loved and not let your wounds get in the way anymore. I mean, we all have wounds, we all have things we can work on, but I feel like you're realizing I am worthy of love and being loved despite whatever wounds I may be working through. You don't have to be fully healed. I mean, what does that even mean, right? You just have to be willing to let love in and willing to recognize your value so that, you know, you don't allow a subpar version of love or a form of love that is toxic or abusive to you. What I see here is you successfully breaking free. You know, I'm hearing the High School Musical song. I don't know what it's called, like, but, you know, they say we're breaking free, we're soaring, we're flying, you know, those vibes. I can just see you entering a period of romanticizing your life and also just successfully allowing yourself to be the main character for once. You know, it doesn't mean that you're neglecting or abandoning people in your life. You certainly are if they cause you to betray yourself and they're not loving towards you and they don't treat you right. But I see you being open actually to creating opportunities that you were closed off to before. Opportunities, like I said, for new love, for loving your life more, for making choices that genuinely honor your authenticity, honor the life that you want to be in, and letting go and getting rid of what's been holding you down and making you feel trapped. So whether that's moving, starting a new job, changing your major, getting out of a toxic relationship, getting out of setting better boundaries with people that have had way too much sway in your life. Like, you are successfully maneuvering challenges in your life that have held you back. And it's like, literally, you are no longer the caged bird that sings. You are opening that cage yourself. You're not waiting any longer for anyone to stop you. And you're soaring and flying high into the sky and raising your vibe. That is another thing that I'm seeing here. And also, you're attracting new people, new opportunities, or if there are people in your life you are wanting to deepen connection with, you are successfully creating new ways to do that. You're also just having more confidence in your authentic desires to share, to be more open, to be more loving. I feel like you could just be saying the words "I love you" more to people. And I hope, and actually one thing I do want you to do, like when you see yourself in the mirror, think or just say out loud, "I love you." I don't care if you believe it or not. You successfully will by the end of this. And I think one of the biggest things about love is it's not like we wake up feeling head over heels in love with ourselves every day, but when we do things that show ourselves like we're worthy of love, like, you know, feeding ourselves healthy things, like making sure we get enough sleep, making sure we hydrate ourselves, you know, saying no to things that drain us, saying no to things that are harmful to us, saying no to people that want to take advantage of us. You're freeing yourself from manipulative people. And even if these people are in the past, it seems like they've still had residual energy that's been holding you back and making it feel hard for you to make a difference and do things that like maybe you've been desiring to do, but you haven't been able to. It's like there's been this invisible like wall like this invisible string holding you back, or like, you know, you've lacked the confidence to try something differently or put yourself out there because you've just felt too exposed and vulnerable from these past situations. You're healing that. And I feel like you're also gaining assistance from the universe on this, like with this angel of love. You're realizing that you don't have to do all of it alone. And you're realizing that what action you take is enough. And not only that, the universe will match that and then some, because I feel like you are going to be receiving blessings where it's just like things flow more easily. Things happen and unfold not only more quickly, but you have more energy. And like doors that felt impossible to open now open without you even having to do anything. They just open on their own. This is you really getting into your power, understanding what it feels like to be yourself and to honor like your self energy and love who that is. You are successfully embracing your authentic life path and embracing your true self. And I love to see it. And truthfully, if you've been trying to connect more deeply with someone in your life and you've had trouble, I feel like the fact that you're stepping into your authentic self is exactly what's creating opportunities for new forms of connection with them and making them also feel safer to be their authentic self with you. And the same thing, if you've been trying to attract some sort of loving connection in your life, by being your authentic self and by doing what's right for you, making those choices, that's how it's coming about. Like, this is a beautiful energy of you are showing yourself the love that you deserve and you are taking action, even if it's difficult, even if it's hard, even if it's painful, because you know it's the most loving thing to do towards yourself and you're being rewarded handsomely for doing that. I love to see this, Pile 3, and I just have to say, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. Do not give up. I know it's hard, but keep going because you are getting here. And you're doing amazing things. You're doing amazing, sweetie. So we're going to go ahead and get into your tarot now. And what we are going to do with your tarot is look at how we can ground this, how we can make this happen even sooner than we thought. So while I'm shuffling, if you're appreciating or enjoying this, or if you enjoy this later, if you want to leave me a little like, thank you to everyone who does that, because that's a super helpful way to support me, show appreciation, and get my videos out there. My last one got demonetized because I said the C word too much. And if someone reported me for that, I think they're a big C word. A big old see you next Tuesday. I don't even want to see him next Tuesday. I don't even want to see him on a Wednesday. But you know what? I did what was right for me, which was saying that authentically, and I took the consequences, but I'm gonna be more careful in the future. Still frustrated by that though. Anyway, we're gonna start by looking at what you're already doing that is bringing this success energy about, so that you know to keep doing that. So Spirit, what is pile 3 doing already that is allowing them to ground this success energy? What is contributing to these energies of success? And what is allowing, so what should they keep doing? What are they already doing right that we want to encourage them to continue doing? The 10 of Swords. Okay, this is beautiful. Keep letting go of the past. Keep moving towards the new. Like, everything in your life can be more loving and newer to you. And I feel like you're being encouraged to embrace the new in ways that are even small and silly. Like, get up on the opposite side of the bed if you can. Do your morning routine differently. Try a different form of exercise. Try a new podcast. Get a new outfit. Do something differently. Try a new route to a place you're going. Keep embracing the new and keep looking towards the light, because I love this. It literally looks like this 10 of Swords is just waiting for the sun to rise fully. Continue letting go of the mental thought patterns and belief systems that don't serve you. I feel like there have been some painful endings in your life, but they needed to happen. And I feel like you're being encouraged to, it's hard to embrace like things that are painful, but I won't say embrace the painful endings. Like just like be happy about it. Like, I'm not saying that, but keep supporting yourself through this and recognizing if these things are leaving my life, if I'm letting go of this, like if this is over, that's because there's something new coming, there's something better coming, and the light is finally coming. Keep affirming to yourself that things are getting better. You are not the person you were. You are not stuck in the current circumstances you were. And if you are preparing to create some sort of ending for this to happen, for you to have freedom, keep doing it. Don't give up. You know, make sure also, like, if there's any sort of danger involved with this, please make sure that you have the proper resources, the proper protection, like other people know about it, that care and love you, just because I feel like it's very important that that you not push away opportunities for support, especially if this is challenging. Keep doing what you need to do to put the past in the past and move forward. Keep doing what you need to do to let go of the painful past versions of yourself that keep you stuck in cycles that you no longer resonate with. Keep doing what you need to let go of old aspects of your life, to let go of what no longer serves you. Like, if you can clean out your house, like let go of things that, you know, are attached to painful memories, let go of stuff you no longer need. Like, anything you can do to fully bury your past, not in a way where you're ignoring it or neglecting it, but where you are leaving it in the past and allowing yourself to move forward. If you can do things to let go, literally, metaphorically, symbolically, do all the things. Like, if you are gonna do like releasing rituals, do those. If you are planning on going on a retreat to just kind of clear your head and welcome in new beginnings, do that. Keep your eye on the horizon, because the horizon is bringing you this success and this new venture forward. There is nothing for you in the past. Even if people or things from your past are coming with you, they're evolving into new forms as well. Like, you are new and so are they. There's transformations happening that you don't even have to be consciously aware of. You just have to be with your own process, be gentle with yourself, and keep affirming that you are not the person you used to be. And the horrible things that people have said to you, or, you know, the negative beliefs that you've held on to about yourself, not only are not true, but they no longer have to have a place in your consciousness, a place in your beliefs, a place in your life whatsoever. If it is not uplifting, if it is not empowering, if it does not make you feel good, if it does not make life more joyful, It is not yours to carry and it's not yours to have. Let it go. Your vibe, like the category is Elsa and you're letting it go, period. Okay, so let's see what you need to stop doing that may be blocking this success from grounding or slowing it down. So what is pile 3 doing that could be blocking this success energy that could be slowing it down? Okay, yeah, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like this energy is, number 1, a lack of self-worth and a feeling of lack mentality, a feeling like you're not good enough. You need to stop feeling like you are unworthy of kindness, you are unworthy of support, that there is nothing out there, no one to help you. I'm thinking of the SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob gets stuck in rock bottom and he has a really hard time like getting out, and everyone talks like this. You're not there anymore, but you may still feel like you're there. And if you are there, theoretically, you're getting out. The bus out of rock bottom is going to wait for you. Don't worry. You're not in that episode of SpongeBob. I actually hated that episode growing up because it was just like hard to watch and stressed me out. And I feel like what you need to stop doing is reinforcing the idea that you're stuck in this past version of self. This 5 of Pentacles is all about you realizing you're worth more than what people have told you. You're worth more than what you thought about yourself. You are stepping, like, you know how I said doors are naturally opening? You're stepping into this portal of empowerment, where the mentality that you're not good enough, the mentality that nobody's going to value you the way that you deserve, the mentality that you have to settle for less or accept toxic, negligent, mean behavior, that's going by the wayside. The idea that you have to hold on to situations where you're not being valued, the idea that you have to stay in a place where you don't feel good, your gifts aren't being utilized, you feel stuck and bound to circumstances that keep you trapped, you're breaking free of that. If you're there, you're leaving it. So continue to like keep reinforcing for yourself that you're moving forward. It's okay. Not only that though, I feel like one of the things that you need to stop doing is allowing the past to come to the present with you. I feel like that's what you're already working on, but you need to stop allowing yourself to tell yourself things that make you feel worthless, that you need to stop doing things that reinforce a lack of self-worth, or that reinforce the idea that you're not worthy of healing, you're not worthy of love, you're not worthy of kindness. So examples of this, if you have an issue that is rooted in a lack of self-love or makes it hard for you to love yourself, maybe the solution is seeking help for it, or just being kind to yourself as you move through that. An affirmation that I think would be great for you is, I accept myself. And even when you're doing something you're not proud of, telling yourself, I accept myself. Like, you should say that to yourself 100 times a day. And if you can't say that you love yourself in the mirror, say that you accept yourself. This is asking you to stop letting yourself accept behavior that devalues you. Stop allowing yourself to consciously or subconsciously sabotage yourself and sell yourself short and look at yourself from this delusional lens that you're not worthy of what you desire, or that you have to grasp at breadcrumbs or grasp at straws in order to just get the bare minimum of basic kindness. You need to raise the bar on your own self-worth, and you need to stop believing that you are worthy of the bare minimum, because you are worthy of so much more. And I also think that you need to stop taking the pain from the past into the present with you. And that's a hard thing to do. You will likely do it a lot, but the thing that you have to do in those moments is recenter yourself, remind yourself where you are now, and do the hard work of supporting yourself through that process so that you can continue to let go and unburden these past pains. Nobody is expecting you to be fixed tomorrow or healed tomorrow. You are just being expected to be kind to yourself as you move through that process. Recognize that it won't happen overnight, but that you can still value yourself. You can still have tools and find just creative solutions to remind you of your self-worth, whether that is putting affirmations around your house and reminders of like, we are not our past self. We will not project the past into the future. Our future is bright. If you need encouraging things, if you need loving things, like make those your phone backgrounds, write them on your refrigerator, like put them places where you will see. Put positive, encouraging messages everywhere. Like get sticky notes and write them everywhere. I don't care if anyone thinks that's weird. Like they could probably stand to use that too. But you have to stop allowing negativity to sabotage you and allowing your wounds to continue to reinforce the belief that you're not good enough and that this can't happen, because it can. And also you need to stop believing that this is the best that it gets, because let's be real, you've had a really hard time. Things have sucked and they're not meant to suck in the future, because number one, you don't suck, you're awesome. And number two, the universe wants you to experience and start to live life from a place of how good can it get? What can happen for me when I trust my own power? What opportunities do I have once I start embracing my freedom and realize I'm not stuck here? You are not stuck in this darkness. The light is already coming. Embrace it more and more and let go of anything that reinforces your self-worth. And one of the things you have to stop doing is letting your negative self-talk run rampant and letting people walk all over you. You have to be willing to say no, even when it's uncomfortable. You have to be willing to stand up for yourself, or at the very least, when it happens that you don't, make a promise to yourself to change that. Or even if you have to go back on something you said in hindsight, do it. Who cares if you look stupid? Who cares if people judge you? Life is too short for you to continue living in this hellish state of being where you not only are a stranger to yourself, but you are constantly disappointed in yourself and by the world around you, where you are unaware of the power that you have to manifest. You're unaware of all the love that's trying to reach you. You are not meant to be stuck in the middle of winter. It is time for you to be on the beach thriving, because you are that beach. And any see you next Tuesday that's making you feel like they're not, you need to leave them in the winter. They can't come to the beach with you. Only fun people that love you and appreciate you can come to the beach, okay? Bad beaches, that's who can come to the beach with you. And it's time to change the habits that reinforce low self-worth. So it may take some time to recognize those things, and it may be that you have to do some things that make you uncomfortable, like reaching out for help or starting to journal, or just quite literally starting to look at yourself. And the best advice that I can give you is please don't judge yourself during that process. Everything that you do that you're ashamed of, recognize there's a reason why, or a version of yourself that believes this is the best it can do, or this is all you're worthy of. And you have to have the strength to tell yourself that you're worthy of more and find solutions to do things differently, no matter how long it takes. Sometimes it takes us just literally being tired of a situation and just being like, I can't do this anymore, to make a change. And if that has to happen, that's okay. Sometimes we are ready to outgrow something far before it is ready to leave our life. But I feel like you are not only ready to do that, there are things that are ready to leave your life. And I feel like part of you is just afraid of what might happen if you let go of those things. And I feel like you need to stop holding on to them. Like, you are holding on to breadcrumbs when the universe is trying to give you a feast. And the universe can't give you anything if you keep your hands closed and you say, oh no, don't invite me to the feast. I don't deserve that. I just deserve this little moldy bread in the corner. You don't deserve moldy bread. You deserve nice, freshly baked artisan bread and whatever else you want. But you have to free yourself. And I feel like that's what you're doing. But the biggest thing is stop being so dang hard on yourself and devaluing yourself and accepting things that reinforce low self-worth. I know it's much easier said than done, but the more you reinforce that idea, the more you will start to see where you can embody that in your life. And sometimes it just takes a willingness to be okay with where you're at, and a willingness to recognize that it doesn't matter how freaking flawed you are. It doesn't matter how much of a chaotic mess you are still worthy of love. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made in your life. It doesn't matter how you see yourself. All that matters is you recognize that you are just as worthy of love, of life, of beautiful things than everybody else. You are a living, breathing human being with a beating heart, and that is enough. You are enough, and you need to stop letting your mind walk all over you and your subconscious beliefs keep you stuck and trapped. You're ready to move through this. So stop carrying this past energy with you. And like I said, it's a lot easier said than done, but I know you can do it. And I know that it's also a process it's a continuous process. It doesn't all happen at once. So be present with yourself through this, because one of the hardest things is it may be hard for you to be present in yourself. It may be hard for you to be present with painful feelings that come up when you're feeling low self-worth or when you're feeling upset. But that's when you need yourself the most. And that's when you need to say, I accept myself the most. When you are upset, when you are uncomfortable, when you are feeling triggered, that's when you need to say, I accept myself. And it's okay for me to feel like this. And it's okay for you to do what you need to do to support yourself. And recognize that sometimes it's a lot less about making necessary changes and more about being kind to ourselves as we figure out what changes we need to make. Be gentle with yourself and stop assuming that things are only going to be doom and gloom, because they're not. It's not fair to you, and it's only holding you back from all this beautiful energy that wants to come in. And a lot of that is your own energy coming back to you, where you're realizing like, oh, so I was always deserving of love. It's like, oh, I did deserve wonderful things. Oh, I can't receive anything when my arms are crossed and I'm not paying attention. And there's nothing to shame yourself for about that. It is natural and normal to dissociate, to feel like crap about ourselves. Society reinforces the idea that we should hate ourselves, and it's just not true. The most powerful thing you can do is let go of that and let go of anyone or anything that keeps you stuck in that state, because it's not worth it. Your life is precious, and you are precious, and you deserve to have these beautiful blessings sooner rather than later. So let's see what you can start doing to bring these blessings in sooner. So pile 3, Spirit, how can they bring in these successful, loving, empowering energies into their life? We have the Ace of Swords. See, truth, reality, the truth. Cut through the mental bullshit that tells you you're not enough. Don't let that run as a program in your head, and don't allow yourself to ruminate. Stop that shit in its tracks. I'm getting very passionate. I don't want to get demonetized again, but I'm very passionate about you recognizing that it's delusional to not think you're excellent, and it makes me quite upset that you would continue to accept negative belief systems as a form of truth, when in reality, the universe, me, even your dang self are like, oh, we deserve more than this. We're actually really great. And there's a lot of beautiful things in the world that we haven't even gotten to receive yet, because we just haven't been open to what could be. You need to start allowing clarity to come through and a more kind mindset to be a part of your toolkit when it comes to supporting yourself. I also think just being with your thoughts more. So when you are having negative thoughts, write that down. You don't have to put it in a journal. Put it on scrap paper, just so that you can see it and be like, that's not true. Like, that's a dang lie. And throw it in a fire safely. Shred it up. Tear it apart. Do whatever you can to release it. Start spending time with people or communicating more with people that value themselves, with people that you look up to, and value yourself enough to face rejection from those people. I guarantee you, more often than not, you won't. Because people like to share about themselves. People like to support others. It's a good feeling to be there for others. It's a good feeling to know that someone looks up to you and that, just by sharing your perspective, you could help them. You need to start embracing the reality that's coming to you. And that will start by, how can we make our brain a more positive place to live? What things do we need to be thinking? What beautiful things do we need to speak into existence? How can we start grounding the life that we truly want? And honestly, you just need to start seeing the truth. that you are worthy of love, that you are valuable, and that the beliefs that you've been holding on to around your lack of worth, around the fact that you're stuck and that you're trapped, they're just not true. And it might take changes, it might take effort, it might be hard, it might take work. Nobody's saying that it isn't. Nobody's saying that it's easy. Nobody's going to wave a magic wand and everything be magically fixed and you just feel hunky-dory. It's work. But that's what a sword is for. You fight against what is holding you back and you empower yourself that way. You are headed for a beautiful new cycle where you are seeing more clearly. You are kinder to yourself. You recognize the truth of your value, the truth of the unlimited possibilities before you, the truth of the source of past wounding, and realizing it wasn't your fault. There wasn't something inherently wrong with you. You're not defective. You're just a human being that, unfortunately, as we kind of all do, absorb negative, toxic, abusive things from the world and from others, because those are normal things. And it takes a lot of strength to break out of that, but you're doing that. So you need to start having more conviction in this. You need to start being proactive when it comes to saying kind things to yourself, when it comes to having empowering routines, mindsets, and forms of support. I definitely think affirmations, chanting, and like I said, get them sticky notes up around your house and write empowering, supportive, positive things. Write to yourself everything that you needed to hear as a child that you didn't hear. Write to yourself everything you needed to hear as a teen that you didn't hear. Write to yourself everything that you need to hear now that you are waiting to hear from someone else, that you want to hear from someone else. Because I promise you, even just like writing it out, that's a form of manifestation and a form of believing in it. And you deserve that. You need to start recognizing that the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life that has always been available to you has never been more available to you. And this successful energy, this is already here and it's already grounding, and it's only going to get more and more powerful. And rather than waiting until you are back in a state where you're feeling really bogged down, where you're feeling trapped, where you're feeling negative, where you're feeling bad about yourself, to be proactive so that it's less likely for you to fall back into that state. Don't disassociate from yourself if you can avoid it. If you can, do your best to be present. And if you need support and resources through that, please find that. Please look for that. You know, and if affordability is a problem, like look at online resources for, you know, therapists that are training, counselors that are training. Do whatever you can to support yourself. I believe in you, and trust that the universe can help bring you those resources. It may just be that you need to look and that you need to ask around and you need to be open to it. Be open to the truth that you are incredible. You are a special, precious being that I just want to swaddle and give a little forehead kiss and realize you are so special. You deserve the world and you deserve to feel good about yourself. And the only reason I'm not going to swaddle you and give you a forehead kiss, okay, well, I am giving that to your higher self. And I am giving that to you right now. But I'm only doing that so that you can get the nourishment you need to go out there and be your badass self and say no to what doesn't serve you. Let go of the people pleasing as best as you can. Listen, letting go of people pleasing is like putting your hand on a burning hot stove. But eventually, even if it continues to hurt, you'll get used to it. Don't do that literally, but metaphorically speaking, yeah, now is the time for that. And every time you have an opportunity to set a boundary, to say no, to do something differently, to affirm the person you're becoming, take it and do it. Be proactive. Do not neglect yourself. This is the time to continue creating plans, supporting yourself, giving yourself positive reinforcement, and finding the things that you need and reaching out for those resources for support so that you don't have to do it all alone. Because you just deserve loving kindness, and you deserve to embody your truth in a way that is so strong and so powerful that any BS that tries to come your way, it will literally burn away, because your light is so powerful, your sense of self is so strong that like it will just literally, it can't even get to you. That is the energy that you're getting to. That is your truth. That is how strong your authentic self is. And all you need to do is trust that that is grounding and allow yourself to be guided through the process that is being created here. And to stay present with your mentality and make sure you're not beating yourself up and make sure you're not being part of the source that is keeping you stuck in old cycles or negativity. And when it is, be gentle, be compassionate with yourself and say no to it. You can be gentle but firm. That is what you need. Gentle firmness. You've got this. I believe in you and I love you so much and you are so worthy of that love. You've got this. I know you do. Do not allow anything to tell you you don't. And anytime you do, say, I don't agree with you. I know I've got this. You can't wait for everyone else to be your cheerleader. You can't wait for everything to magically unfold. You are the magic that allows these things to unfold. And it starts with you saying no to what's been holding you back and what's been keeping you in this state of disempowerment and detachment from your own reality and from your own authenticity. That is a grueling, heavy, and challenging process. It's gnarly, but it's powerful. And it's one where it gets a lot harder to knock you off center the more you get into it. And you're gonna do it. You're already doing great. You just need to keep affirming this for yourself. I believe in you. Okay, now let's see a blessing / change coming into your life as a result of this success grounding, which it is inevitable. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And you can do it more successfully and more swiftly by just affirming it. Okay, what blessing / change is coming to pile 3's life as a result of this success energy? Ooh, okay. So a lot of beautiful things that the universe is not letting you know. We have the Hand of Mysteries, which is a unique card to this deck. So I'm trying to see if the Hand of Mysteries, yeah. Okay, let's see what the deck says. But I think that there's a lot of beautiful blessings that are happening here. Things are being unlocked. You're receiving more joy, more healing, more emotional nourishment. Okay. But I gotta find where this card is. Okay, higher being. It is said that the alchemic hand holds the keys to divinity and is used as an invitation to discover the great secrets. In reverse, we are assured the full hand and the pieces of that knowledge is only revealed to us when we are ready. So this is you unlocking wisdom. This is you embracing the great mystery. This is you having your life change so much you couldn't have even conceived of it as your past self. This is you actually enjoying life and enjoying the unlimited possibilities, getting excited for the future and realizing that you have a role, you have a hand in how things play out. And that you can say, no, stop. I don't want that energy. I don't want that behavior. I don't want that. And yes, please, I would like more of these blessings. I would like to receive this. I would like more of these good vibes. The universe is going to help hold your hand. And the universe is going to continue to empower you through this process. But I think that there are beautiful things that the universe does not want to spoil because they're like, okay, we just want you to focus right now on getting in this energy. Because there are going to be so many blessings. It's not just a feast. It's like a feast and then dessert and then an after party and then a celebration and then a week-long celebration of the there's a lot of good vibes coming. And the universe is keeping it in as a surprise because they do not want you to rest on your laurels. But with the Emperor card here, you are gaining empowerment and control. And if you need any inspiration, embody Aries energy. Let Aries energy, Aries is represented by the ram. And you just need to ram that positivity and love towards yourself and ram through any obstacles or any negativity. Don't even humor it. Don't even allow it. Literally just say no. Do not accept that. It is not yours. It is someone else's that they are trying to get you to take. And it's not yours. It's not yours to take whatsoever. So we are going to get guidance now from our mighty and powerful Miss MEGADECK. As you can see, she is quite thick. If you would like to show appreciation to her, you can say thank you, MEGADECK, or MEGADECK, you are quite thick. You can comment that. You can like that and say it out into the ether, or you can just say it out into the ether in general. Whatever you want. You can like a MEGADECK comment. I don't care. But we are grateful to MEGADECK. Thank you, MEGADECK. She is so thick and mighty and wise. Okay, so she is made up of 3 different Affirmators decks. one related to work, one related to creativity, and the regular one. So we will just go ahead and see what wants to come through here. Oh, wise and powerful mega deck. What guidance do you have for my amazing, beautiful, special, powerful pile threes that you would like them to know at this time? We have cheerfulness. I embrace a state of cheerfulness, even on days when I don't wake up feeling that way. Knowing that moods are contagious, especially in enclosed spaces, I'd rather not cause an outbreak of crankiness and complaints. Instead, I'll strive to be the patient zero of joy and laughter. They might even make a Lifetime movie about me. Heck yeah. We also have lunch. I eat my own food and I let others eat their own food. If there is not a name on the food, but I didn't buy the food, I use my brain to remember that I didn't buy the food, and I assume that someone else, whose name is not my name, bought the food, even though they didn't write my not name on the food. I will also repeat this affirmator very loudly so that everyone can benefit from gentle positivity. Okay, I think that this is about gentle positivity and also about not taking what's yours, or not taking what's not yours. Especially, I feel like you have an especially porous energy field and that you take on a lot of stuff that isn't yours. So the more that you can pay attention to your own energy field, and when you all of a sudden get in a powerful state of negativity, or you're just feeling like crap all of a sudden, ask yourself, is that mine? More often than not, you will find it's not, and you can release it. And if it is, sit with it and ask yourself why, and ask it, how can I be kind to how can I support you? How can I nourish you? Be with it. Don't run away from it. Okay? What else, Miss Megadeck, do you have for pile 3? What guidance do you have? Okay, we have options. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Yes, you do. That's what I said. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like, you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. In fact, I encourage you to put mac and cheese on your baked potato if that's what you want. We also have value. Yes. I am a valuable member of my team. I bring a unique component to this job. I will not accept any self-conscious doubts about whether or not I belong here. And you don't have to just take this towards work, towards life in general, towards you existing. And all inner questions about my own worth must be submitted in writing, then subsequently burned in a tire fire. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Miss Megadeck, one more. Yes, we have trust. I trust in myself, my process, and the timing of that infamously temperamental process. When ideas are galloping forth like wild horses, I definitely trust in the process. When ideas are a tiny, pathetic trickle, eking out one by one over a period of weeks, I vow to still trust the process, because even when it's frustrating, process is just an emphatic grr away from progress. Oh, I love that. Okay, and on the back of the deck, we have support. I hereby call in a dream team of support into my creative life. And creative is not just art, it's just the life you're wanting to create. I'll only work with the most perfect of collaborators for me and stack my projects with positive constructive attitudes. If my workspace is in a treehouse, I'll hang a hand-painted sign on the door that says, "No jerks allowed." If my workspace isn't in a treehouse, well, I guess I better hold everything and build a treehouse. No jerks allowed, another affirmation meant for you. No jerks are allowed, even if it's you to yourself. You need to change that attitude, because there's no reason to be mean to yourself. If you're not on your side, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder to get things done. But I'm on your side, and I know you will be too. You are a badass, pile 3, and I trust you to do what is best for you. So pile 3, that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background. That is one of the simplest and easiest ways to show support and appreciation for this reading and for what I do. So if you would like to support me in other ways, you can like this video, comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You can check out the sun candle. Be sure to use code ESO10 for 10% off. You can check out my merch. You can check out my other readings, especially ones with extendeds. You can like, comment, subscribe. All of that is really helpful. Shout out to my notification squad. I usually see comments when I first upload, and after that, it is a game of chance and a game of fate. So, yeah, but thank you to everyone who does, and thank you for keeping it such a beautiful, bright space. I really hope that this reading was successful in helping you love yourself a little more and believe in yourself. And I'm rooting for you. I know you're going to do it, so get going. And if that means just staying and being kind to yourself until you're ready to get going, do that. But that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video. And I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye.